Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live broadcast. And this is a little bit different because I actually feel as if we need this. I feel that we actually need this kind of intuitive energy healing here. Could you call it a reading? It's kind of partly a reading. I feel that many of us could actually derive something from this, whether this is just, the healing energies that you feel from my voice, and many people feel very kind of soothed after listening to my healing energy voice. So I am a healer. If you are new to my channel, I am a healer. I've always been a healer, an empath. And my previous career, I was cardiothoracics intensive care nurse. So, I did all that technical nursing, started on the wards, and then always been fascinated by hearts and heart surgery, open heart surgery, and all of that kind of thing. Because, I'm interested in the heart, whether that's, your heart is like in your spirit, your heart. And even when I was nursing, and a lot of my nursing followers will understand this, you have this kind of, you're in awe of these things that are just amazing, these surgeons, these heart surgeons, and the amount of studying that they've done and their passion to actually wanting to do this, to want to help people and wanting to help mend their broken hearts, physically broken. So I have to say that I'm fascinated by that, but also I'm very fascinated with my intuitive energies, which is can be anything really, healing wise. So I feel that sorry, my nose is itching again. I hate that when it starts itching. I'm not sure about these glasses either. I'm not sure if I'm into these mega kind of designer glasses, but anyway, this is all I've got at the moment. So yeah, this is I've got my coffee here too. So I've got a coffee, but I've got kind of like I don't know, I shouldn't be drinking coffee, it's late at night here, but I've run out of tea. Actually, I need to get some tea bags tomorrow, so I've run out of tea, so I can't have a cup of tea, so I've got coffee. So please excuse me if I drink my coffee here while I'm actually, what can I say, projecting this healing towards you here. I don't know where to start with this because, I've been researching, and I am, I've done researching in my nursing and medical studies when I did my medical nursing degree. I did a lot of research study there, but this is something that I cannot get my head wrapped around. And I am studying this, and you know that I'm studying this and trying to help people. because we encounter this every day in our everyday lives. We encounter this, and it's when you're an empath and you're very conscious, you have a higher consciousness of empathy and compassion, and you're very mindful of this. These people are they're so illuminating, yet we don't recognize them in our lives, do we, until the damage has been done. And empaths will go the extra mile to get that even more stamped on heart and even more kind of broken heart. They will go that extra mile to try to fix things, even when it's all kind of crushed, and people, the ordinary superficial person would walk away and say, no, thank you. Us empaths stick in there, we stick in there, and that stiletto heel is pushed into our hearts, or our heart is stamped on even more until we do get some kind of physical ailment with it. So I do cover this. This is an evil. This is an evil in our lives, in our world, that's existed beyond kind of biblical times. Nothing, we think it's all new. To get by in life, you have to be ruthless. You have to be ruthless to get by. Don't think about anybody else but yourself. Just think of yourself. If you have to get through that job, just act your way through. Just fake it. Just hide how you feel inside. Some kids actually get brought up. They get brought up like this. They get brought up to forget about who they truly are, and pretend. Acting is acting. You act your way through it. People that expose who they truly are and put their heart on their sleeves get crushed. So you have to pretend to be like this. And you get the kids saying, well, yeah, that's not me. That's not me. I can't be like that. It's not who I am. I feel a bit of a fake. Well, forget about that. Just fake it. So there are children, there are people that bring up their children like this. And, it's that inverted snobbery to, these arrogant people walking around, these ruthless people who are so rude because they can put on this mask and they can act and they can cover up that vulnerability within them. So I want to look at how this affects us as sensitive, caring, empathic people. Okay, and let me just bring the chat up here. So I'm hoping we've got a few people today. Hopefully there's some more new people, because I think we need this. I think most of you at the end of this live session are going to say, I needed that. I needed this. And I kind of want you to say that. I want you to say that, guys, because this is from the divine. This is healing from the divine. And it's genuine. It's a genuine kind of exchange here. So I know that I'm going to get maybe not many people, because this is about empathic healing. Why wouldn't I get why wouldn't I get many people for this? Because there's so many, there's so many ruthless people, narcissistic people out there that would not be interested in this. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised that, I will get many. I don't care if I don't get many people, guys. I don't care if I've got narcissistic people, ruthless people saying, "Oh, you know what a stupid bitch she is," going on about that. Grow up and grow a pair of balls and just discard, throw them in the gutter, these people that don't serve you. That's our society today, guys. That is the society today. I will guess that I won't get many people watching this, but that's their loss, isn't it, at the end of the day? So most of you know that this is an interest, something that interests me, and the title of this is Intuitive Empathic Healing and Letting Go. And letting go, okay. And I can hear those narcissists saying, "You stupid bitch, what are you talking about?" So we're just going to ignore that, aren't we? We're just going to ignore that, because this is a healing from the divine, from the light, okay, to help all us lovely, kind of beautiful people out there, okay. So what I want to do, guys, is, as I've said, I will be looking this way because I've actually really taken this seriously, and I really want to help here. So these individuals, okay, that we need to let go of. Why don't we let go of these individuals in our lives? And these people can be our parents, they can be our brothers and sisters, they can be the golden child, they can be work colleagues, and they can be obviously they can be husbands that you've had to endure for many years, thinking, how on earth, how can I let this go? How can I let this go so I can live in the light? So I can live how I feel from my heart, from the bottom of my heart. How can I let this go? So why don't we let this? Why don't we let people go? We go, these people, the reality of these people, these ruthless, evil individuals that are, they fake it when we meet these people. Yeah, mother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, fathers. We could have an array of them, okay, who targeted us as like a scapegoat. How wrong these people are. And I doubt if any narcissist, toxic person is ever going to look at this, because they will look at the title and they will feel shame, okay? Shame, guys, they will feel shame. Thank you for being candid and telling your honest stories, guys, and please do, because that's amazing. And thank you for being part of this community, which is a healing channel, which is an intuitive channel. And I do cover lots of things on this channel, which keep it interesting, okay. But I feel we need this. I felt the last kind of 3 days. The last 3 days, these energies have been so intense. Maybe it's because we've had Donald Trump over, I don't know, but there is like lots of these it just feels so intense. It feels like it's saturated with this intenseness. So I have been doing my own little bit of studying here. I'm not a psychologist, and you know that I used to be a nurse. And so why do we actually stay with these people? Okay. What other word can I use here? Why do we anchor? Why do you anchor yourself to these people? Why do you anchor yourself to these people who only just kind of, all they want to do, these types of people, all they want to do is drag you down, okay. They want to drag you down. So why do we anchor ourselves to these types of people who we try and have conversations with, and the second kind of word that they choose to repeat back to you, it's like is like putting you down, okay. Yeah, it's like putting you down, and like you said, a lot of women don't feel they deserve any better. And why is it all? It's men and women. It's not just women, but women. Okay, women. I feel there's more women, and I'm not being sexist, but I do feel there's more women that feel this way. Why do we feel obliged to anchor ourselves here to these types of people? And it's like you're trying to show this person the light. You're trying to show this person how to be loving, how to be sharing, how to be caring, showing them the light, showing them the light way to live. And they just trash that, what you're saying, okay. Yeah, I don't feel that empaths are weak, and I feel this is a misconception. And these types of ruthless guys here, or whoever they are, women can be the same. They have this misconception that empaths are weak, and I know that I'm going to get people starting to watch this and say, what a load of bullshit this is. I know that I'm going to get that. But I don't care, because, don't feel as if you're weak listening to this, because you're not. You're strong, okay? You're strong. So why these kind of people, these ruthless, evil narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, they have no concept. They have no concept of what you need. They have no concept of what you need. Now, you learn about this when you get an illness. When you get an illness, this is a big kind of red flag. You could be laid there having a cardiac arrest, and they will just walk past you. You could be laid on the floor, and they'll just walk past you and say, what is wrong with you? And not even bat an eye. And this is a big kind of giveaway. They will call, and it could be genuine. You could be hiding this illness for months and months, and then it becomes out of control, and you get pneumonia with it, and all of this kind of thing, because you're stuffing your needs down. And when this becomes chronic, this person will say, you are an hypochondriac. You always, you could be on your deathbed here, and they'll say, oh, what is wrong with you? Well, I didn't bother to buy you any flowers, and they will ignore you, and that is psychopathic, guys. That is psychopathic. So when you get better, why do you anchor yourself to these types of people who just ignore any kind of needs that you have? And it's like your spirit and your soul. It's like your spirit and your soul from the divine knows that you're fighting with some kind of, you're fighting with the divine here because you want to help some kind of darkness which is opposing to the light. And it's like you want to, well, it must be, it's kind of must be me. I need to work harder. I need to work out this situation with my father, with my mother, with my brothers. And they want to prove that you are trash and you're not worth even living, that they don't even give you the time of day. And they will do this deliberately. They will not give you the time of day. They will not even give you a passing thought. It's like, if they give you a passing thought, it's like, oh, I need not to think about that person, because they want to give you zero attention. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. Okay, it's absolutely sick. And yes, this is a healing energy live show. Okay, so really you're fighting with the divine. The divine wants to show you the light, but you're fighting for this darkness here. It's like you're anchoring yourself to this person. You're an empath. You're an empath. You're an empath, guys. And empaths take on. This sounds awful. It makes us look really weak, doesn't it? Empaths take on these people because we see things with the light. We see things spiritually, and we want to mend people. We want to heal people, and we take on these sick individuals. I mean, we pull them out of the gutter. We would pull them out of the gutter. And we would, we would feed them, and we would build up them and build them up to be strong. We would do that. We would do that as empaths. Why? Just so they can crush us, okay? Just so they can destroy us. That's the truth of this. Just so they can destroy us. We would go and visit our fathers, the narcissistic fathers, if you've got a father, and you will go and you will fix him a dinner, or you will fix him his clothes, do the ironing, and all you get is abuse every time you go. But you kind of yeah, that's right, Kirby Webb. People with no empathy are sociopaths. Hi everyone there. Okay, so yeah, so it's hard for empaths to get your head around this, and it's like, in reality, when you've got somebody who's treating you like this, who is just piece by piece destroying your spirit, breaking you down, okay, breaking you. When the reality of this is you should release somebody like that. And you think to yourself, well, I don't want to release this person because this person will commit suicide. They will do something drastic. That, you know, I helped them. I gave them a step up to help them, and you know, I was the only kind of loving person in their lives. And what they're doing to you is a different story. You know, and when they have finally broken you into pieces, that's when you need to let go. And this is about letting go, guys. This is about letting go of somebody who's capable of breaking your spirit. And yeah, they are actors, absolutely right. Jadiva, absolutely. I mean, you're trying to hold on to these people who are breaking your spirit. And the reality is you should let them go. You should allow them. Let them go, and allow them to reach rock bottom. Allow them to reach rock bottom. Let them go and run around with those prostitutes there. Let them go and run around with those women that they cheated on you with that were so much less than you. Let that, if you're a guy, let that person go and run around with those, you know, roughnecks and who go around beating women and stuff like that. Just go and let them go, and let them reach rock bottom. They have chosen rock bottom instead of you. Okay, you have tried to pull them out of that abyss. And what have they done? They'd rather choose a prostitute to you, or some kind of thug to you. They don't have any kind of sense of, you know, all it is their superficial needs. You know, oh, that prostitute there can fulfill my sexual needs. I will just keep you as an appliance, you know, to cook me dinners and clean my home. You know, it's all superficial needs, superficial interests. Why? Some of these people have been brought up superficially. As I said, their parents have said, you know, just get what you need out of life. Don't get emotionally involved. Cut these people off that, you know, just drop them in the gutter, that let you down, who answer you back, who have other opinions. Just ignore them, get rid of them. So they've had superficial upbringings. So individuals, I'm not saying anything against prostitutes here, but I'm just saying that this is how they see life. You know, you could be a very virtuous, moralistic person. You know, you've always gone to church, you're a Christian and all this kind of thing. And they will degrade you by cheating on somebody that's not half as nice as you, that's kind of, who sleeps around, who, you know, who's trashy, and they will, you know, and they'll slap you, or they'll manhandle you, and they'll say, you know, who you think you're all that, don't you? You think you're Miss Perfect. Yeah, they are actors, guys. When you meet these guys, and I won't go through that, but they act, they're actors, they play a role here. And you know, life to a narcissist or a sociopath is very much a game of a game of chess. Life to a narcissist, a ruthless person like that, is just a game right from the get-go. Okay, right from the get-go, they actually act they start with the game, okay, which is pretending that they're so into you, that, you know, they play on your naivety. They look for easy targets, which is empaths, because empaths are caring, but it's not a weakness. They see it. You see, they see caring, empathic people as weak. You know, I would never walk around with my heart on my sleeve. I would never walk around. You know, they want you. They want an empath to show them all the love, all the to, you know, cater to all their needs, to love them only, to show that empathic nature just to them, and not expect to give any of that back at all. And that's how they see nurturing people, caring, loving people. They you know, they see caring, loving, empathic people as easy targets, because we are fixers. We believe that people can be people are redeemable, that they can be fixed, and you know, there we are. They come. It's all a game. It's all a game. It's all a game, and it's like they come to you. They're staring into your eyes. You know, there's all these compliments, and they make you the center of their world. And this love bombing, you know, starts with their actor role here. They play an actor's role, and it's a game. It's a game, guys, right from the beginning. And this impacts so deeply on us that, you know, we're falling in love, and they then search for our vulnerabilities. Okay, whatever vulnerability that could be, they will search for a vulnerability, and they will target that vulnerability to manipulate you. I don't know, maybe I don't know. Sometimes you know, if you're not aware of narcissistic people or ruthless people, they kind of know that. They know that you don't know that they're playing a game. You think it's all authentic. You think it's all authentic. You have no idea that there's these people that walk around like robots, with their head and their brains all wired differently from your own. And I think that's what it is that you don't, you know, you walk into these situations thinking you believe that acting. You know, you don't know that these people exist, that treat people like objects, like it's all a game, that premeditate to abuse you mentally. We don't think like that, guys, because, you know, if we're empaths, we don't feel and we don't think like that. So we get involved with people like this. So it all starts with the game, which is the acting game, and then it's like they become masters of confusion. They become masters of confusion. And this is a big red flag, guys. A big red flag. You start to get confused and you can't put your finger on it. You think, well, why did you say that? You know, and they deliberately, if it's a conversation where it's a yes and no answer or a black and white answer, they will turn this into something that, you know, is so confusing. They will turn a black and white situation into purple, you know, into purple just for the sheer hell of it. and they can see that you're confused and you're trying to work this out. And actually, they're entertained by the confusion in your mind. It's not as if you're not intelligent, okay, that you can't work it out because you're not intelligent, but that's how they see it. If they confuse you about any damn situation and they see you going, that's what they laugh at, is that your head is starting to get screwed up and confused with what's going, and you'll say, no, I don't agree with that. I actually don't agree with that. And well, they don't like to be challenged. They don't like to be oh, you're always opposite. You always say no. You never agree with me. And you're thinking, what? Well, I said no to that thing that was confusing about 10 minutes ago, and now you're saying that I never agree with you. So this has took a different spin here. This is a big red flag when you can't have a conversation. And this is all about mind control and trying to change your perspective, okay? So they're masters, guys, of changing. No, it's cognitive dissonance, really. They're masters of confusion, and they initially they confuse you on a simple subject, nothing intellectual, on a simple subject. You will start with a really lovely conversation, whether it's your mother-in-law, whether it's your mother, whether it's your father. You will start, and they know before that you even walk through the door, they are going to control your mind. This is how they think. So you walk through the door, really great. Oh, I've had a fantastic day today, and I went down to this place, and it's absolutely beautiful. Have you ever been there? And that's what they hate about you, is that you are normal. And they can't have you breezing in with this, being in this great mood of having your own, identity and knowing where you are, and having a spirit and a soul. They can't have that. They can't have that. They know before you even walk in the door that they'll start having a nice conversation with you. That's how they do it. Yeah. They start to have a nice, yes, isn't it a lovely day? And have you seen these? You say, well, I bought you some flowers, and I bought you this nice plant, and all of this, and then it'll be, oh, that's nice. Well, I'd rather if you didn't buy me flowers. And you're thinking, oh well, I thought I'd do a nice thing for you, and isn't that, it's like turning it into something that's not nice. Well, I'd rather if you take those flowers back. And this is where this starts to confuse you. And they just do want to hurt you. It's all about wanting to hurt you. And digging into that. It's control, guy. They do it deliberately to confuse you. And you kind of think, okay, I thought I'd done something really nice by buying this person a bunch of flowers, and it turns out that this person feels this is a horrible deed. This is how sick they are, guys. This is how sick they are. And, you could, as simple as this, okay, you could set the table for a lovely meal for two, with a candle and a little single rose in the middle of the this table for a little kind of intimate dinner. And you've cooked the dinner, and because they are 5-year-olds in adult bodies, they've not developed. And you could, I don't know, you make rice and curry in a nice authentic dish, and with wine, and if it's a partner or husband, a beer. And you've done it all the way not the way you should, but the way that you do it. You know, you do it all very, very civilized. So this type of person will deliberately try to hurt you by taking that off the table, sitting in the lounge, watching soccer or football, and with the rice and all of the curry that you've taken hours to slow cook and all of that kind of thing, they will mash it all together and they will shovel it in their mouths, because deep down they're scum, guys. They're scum, absolute scum. And they'll eat their dinner like an animal, and they'll do it deliberately to disgust you and to hurt you. And you're thinking, oh my, I thought this was going to be a special dinner. And this is what they do. This is what they do. But yeah, so okay, so the masters of confusion, they try to confuse you. Everybody here, listen to this, because they can contradict all the time. They're full of contradictions. They're full of contradictions. No matter what you say, they contradict everything you say, and it's just to confuse you, just to confuse you. These people are brought up to actually live life as if it's all a big game, and it becomes quite sick. It's whatever you do, they will try to make it contradict what you're trying to do here, whatever it is, whether you're making the bed, whether you are tidying up, they will mess it all up within 5. They contradict everything you do, whether that's, and they do it. It's sickness. It's absolutely mental illness. This is what this is, guys. Okay. They also separate you from your passions. So you could be a passionate kind of chef there in the kitchen cooking that meal. Okay. You've got all your little ingredients there, and you're stirring it like an Indian chef, and you're preparing it all. And this is how they kill your passion. They know that you've spent hours in the kitchen, and your passion's to do everything right. It's all those little things that make this zest for life. The smell of the lime, and the taste of the lime juice in the cooking, and all of this. They will just, like I said, they'll just snatch it off you, mix it all together like a 5-year-old would, and shovel it in like it's a dog eating. They're disgusting. They are disgusting. But when you first meet them, it's all about using their knives and forks properly, and going out to dinner, and getting dressed up, wearing their nice jackets and things like that. When you first meet them, it's all an act, and you think to yourself, when you're looking at that slob who hasn't even bothered to even get a shower all day, you're thinking, where did that person go? Where did that person go? Now I've got this blob who contradicts everything that I say, that tries to kill all my kind of dreams, that confuses me, and while they're being disgusting with this behavior, they're actually telling me, oh, I love you, I do love you, while they're doing this disgusting behavior. And it's like you could go out, get really dressed up, and you look great. You've got guys looking at you in a restaurant or a bar, and they're looking at you and admiring you. Well, The narcissist or the sociopath can't have that, okay? They can't have that. They actually, it's not about you, okay? They're just so jealous of your identity. These people are so jealous of your identity. So what they do, and it's not your fault, somebody is looking at you from a distance, from the bar, or, or some, is putting themselves out to talk to you. It's not your fault, is it? That's not your fault. But they can't have that. So you could be sitting there talking to them, and then they start to stare at somebody so blatantly across the restaurant room, so blatantly, and it's as if you don't exist. And they do that just because somebody else had just caught their eye and complimented you on something. And you'll think, okay, oh, I'm glad we got out of that restaurant, and you go somewhere else and they do exactly the same. They make your evening an absolute hell just because somebody admired you. Okay, so letting go of somebody like this. Why do you want to stay with somebody like this, guys? Why would you want to stay with this person who drags you down? They're completely, all they want to do is destroy you. So why on earth would you want to be with somebody like that? I think it gets to a certain point, and God forbid if you've been married to somebody like this for years. I mean, if it's a relative, you can actually, distance yourself. But God forbid if you've stuck with something like this for years. You must be, if you're just learning about this, I just can't imagine being with somebody like that for years. I can't. Everything you talk about is wrong. Everything your ideas, your passions are trashed. If you cook something nice, if you go out and get dressed up nice, you're made to feel like a load of crap in the gutter by the end of the evening, or that your efforts are not even appreciated. Purposely, guys, purposely. They make you feel like crap, guys. Purposely. It's something that's so letting go. You're holding on to something here. While they are destroying your spirit, breaking you down, dismantling your soul, they tell you that they love you. They tell you that they love you. Is that real? Of course it's not real. They do it to confuse you, guys. While they are trashing you and humiliating you in public, they tell you, I do love you. You know that, don't you? While they're shoveling that food down that you made so intricately in the kitchen. Why would you want somebody? Why would you? Who wears you down? These people wear you down. They do it deliberately. They wear you down deliberately. They wear you down, guys. Deliberately. So releasing this person, because when it gets to that stage, when you're spending hours in the kitchen, you've laid the table out nicely, with all your napkins and that, because that's the way you are, that, you know, you respect, they don't respect themselves whatsoever, and you've made all this special effort just for them to just tear it apart, you know. Why would you want to be with that? It's not a person. They're actually a 5-year-old, and it's like having a dog, really. When their mask comes off and they treat you like that, and they start, well, they do have affairs, you know, they do cheats, because they realise that they've got you so down there that they're going to cheat, guys. They'll cheat on you. They'll cheat on you. Why do they cheat on you? When you was so special, you was that amazing woman that they met, that they love bombed, and they was acting all the way. And because they get, it's to them. But this is what I studied too, is that when narcissists cannot get an erection or sexually aroused unless they're doing something risky. Normal sex, they don't like normal, loving, intimate sex. They have to be aroused. So it has to be something that's illicit. And that's why they cheat, guys. That's why they cheat. And while they're doing that, they're actually degrading you, because they're saying to the other person how ridiculously unsexy you are, and why would I ever want to have sex with you. They talk to the secondary supply like you are not sexy, that you're not good in bed, that you're laid there like a dead fish. And it's all a lie, because they don't even bother to even show you any affection, because they can't. They cannot show love or affection to a loving, normal human being. They can't do it. They can't do it. They cannot be intimate. They have to act so that they can get their narcissistic supply. And the more risky it is, the more kind of, you know, the more illicit it is, the more cruel it is. That, you know, they could be having sex in the next bedroom, and they would actually be excited by that, because they are putting you down. They are hurting you by cheating on you, and then they are humiliating another woman in the process. That's how they think. That's how they think. And then they will cheat on you for definite. They will cheat on you. They will cheat on you with the most disgusting women that would turn your stomach. And you thought, oh my God, and I thought this person was an upstanding Christian, and you know that you know, they would never do this. They cheat. They treat good, wholesome, empathic people like this, guys. They want to cheat on you. They've got this plan that, you know, how can I make love to this woman when I can't even connect to a human being? So they use you as a prop to get other secondary supplies to triangulate you. They get off on the fact that you're hurting at home, in bed alone, while they are having sex with somebody else who would be some scummy woman. So why would you want to keep a hold of somebody like this, guys? Yes, that's right. And all it's a mental illness, Bandy. Thank you. It's a mental illness, and part of an old part and parcel of this is seeing prostitutes, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, strippers, whores. The more kind of hoary they are, the better. The younger they are, the better. These type of people cross age boundaries, you know. They are so, like that, Alexis, they are so egotistical. It's all about them. Yeah, so yeah, Kiko, you said that why don't you leave them because you believe that no one else will love you. Well, that's not true, is it? Because if this is the only thing, because these people are just things, okay? And it is about self-love. It is about self-love. It's about, you know, if you are going to allow this person to, you know, shag strippers behind your back and cheat on you and not show you any affection and act like a complete dog. I'm talking a complete dog to you. That's like when you cook a dinner, they'll just eat it like a dog. They do this deliberately, guys. They do it deliberately. You are absolutely dumbfounded. You're disgusted. I gave up my life for you, you know, and all of this kind of thing. So even after all of this, some people struggle to let go. When they're wearing you down and destroying your spirit. This person is showing you, by doing all of these things, this person is showing you that they don't want you. They don't want you. And that this is how they want you to feel. They want you to feel like you're nothing. And they want you to be dead inside by the time you leave them. Because they've called you all the names under the sun. You're ugly. Why would I touch you? You're crap in bed. When all they do is go out and you know, cheat on you. So, and you're a decent human being. You're a decent human being. You could have a PhD. You could have a doctorate. You could be a psychologist. Believe me, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be, I don't know, you could be the Duchess of Dumbarton, and they would still treat you like that. It doesn't matter who you are. In fact, the more of a challenge you are, the more kind of higher high social status you are, the more of a challenge it would be to bring you down. It's all about bringing you down, crushing your spirits, destroying your identity, and actually enjoying it, enjoying doing that, enjoying doing it. They're mentally ill, guys. Part of this mental illness is cross-dress. I'm not saying cross-dressers are all like this, but I see it as a red flag. Cross-dressing, perversions, crossing of boundaries, paedophilia, incest. All of these things are they don't have any kind of boundaries. They cross boundaries. And it's shocking when you realise, when that mask drops off and you realise what you've married, what you're with, what you gave up your life to be with. And all they do is trash everything that you're made of, that makes you as a person. All they want to do is trash that completely. They want to show you no love. They don't want to serve any of your needs. And when you're ill, they don't want to help you at all when you're ill. And this is what destroys your spirit and your soul. And empaths stick in there right till the bitter end. And they allow their souls to be crushed, and they stay in there because they believe in marriage. And they believe in, it's like, oh, I married this person, in front of God, and I'm a Christian, and I can't just leave like that. And I want to make this work. And you've got your family, your friends saying, oh, you've got to work at it. You've got to make it work. You've got to, well, they are, manhandling you. I don't know, trashing the house, and confusing you, trying to change your perception. You are the enemy in your own house. And it is difficult to let go of somebody like this when you have these beliefs. And that's why they choose somebody like you, because they know you are a genuine, caring human being. And they know that, you're going to try. And they will say things like, oh, what, you're going to give up on this marriage, on this relationship, just like that, without trying? Because they know that your mother is saying that, your father is saying that, your family is saying that. And they'd even get their own mother to say it. Oh, you should try, you should try. My son said, that you never agree with anything that he says, and you shouldn't give up on a relationship or marriage. And actually, having an affair can actually make your relationship or marriage stronger. Did you know that? The mothers mothers and fathers of narcissists, sociopaths, actually enable them, because they know that, they enable them. They enable their own son or daughter to be like that. If anybody's got any idea why they enable them, please put your comments either there in the live section or down below. But they do. That you're dumbfounded because this person has manhandled you the night before, and all of that. Maybe swung you around the room, the lounge, the kitchen, and all that kind of thing. And the next day, you've got the mother-in-law coming round saying, he's told me that you don't agree. It might be a good idea if you actually agree sometimes, and actually you can make it work after an affair, and you don't even know about any cheating going on. But she's let you know now. She's let it out the bag because she knows that her son has told her that he's cheated, because she doesn't listen to me. She disagrees with everything that I say. And this is way before you've even found out. Okay, so why do people enable? Who knows? Let's have a look at some of your comments here. Alexis, we draw the sick people to us empaths. We are like magnets for sick men. Well, that doesn't make us bad people, okay? We just want to help in this, and that's what they hate, is that we are genuinely caring people. And Jonah, an affair can make a marriage stronger. Really? No, I think that what I was saying, this is what the enablers say. Oh, an affair can make, if you've got somebody who's a serial cheat and a mother-in-law saying to you, that an affair can make a marriage stronger, don't you? You know, I mean, without even knowing about an affair. Alexis, we have so much to give and they take advantage of it. Yeah. I think it's entitlement too. It's entitlement. They feel entitled to take and boss you around and be a complete bully to you, and they feel entitled to do so. Yes, Debbie, I think this is what this is all about. I believe in karma. It always will come for you in this life or another one. Yes, and I do say you have to let this go. Why? Because you can't fix anybody like this. You can't fix the serial cheat, somebody who's addicted to hookers, who's addicted to who abuses really nice, good, wholesome people. You can't fix people like this, and they love to cheat on you because they get off on it. It's sickness. It's a mental illness. And the thing is that they have their family sticking up for them, which is even worse. But you have to, the reality of this situation, you have to release this person to get their karma. You have to release this person. So you're trying to stop this person from reaching rock bottom, and you need to let them go, let them reach rock bottom, let them do that committing suicide threats and things like that, because sometimes it is just words. It's just words, guys, to keep you in there, in that loop. And you have to let people go like this who are destructive, totally destructive with other people. Yvette, hi everyone. I have seen marriages, whether affairs, although, okay, yeah, you do hear of this kind of thing. I have seen marriages, whether affairs, although I myself would never be able to deal with cheating. It is psychologically damaging and takes a long time for self-healing. I must admit, I'm not the sort of person that actually can. I would never forgive anybody who had an affair, even if they said to me, I need to get help, I need to go and see a therapist because I think I've got a problem. I would just say, go and see a therapist, go and help yourself, but I'm not getting involved there. Because I don't think somebody like a psychopath or an empath, an MPD person, any of those cluster Bs are actually, they cannot be fixed. They can lie to you and say they will promise to get fixed, but they never do. And I don't feel that you ever get over a man that multiple cheats on you. If it's a one-night stand and you were separated at the time, maybe. But if it's multiple times, I think it's time to say goodbye. You know, I feel where does the respect there come in for you, your mental health, your well-being, knowing that this would destroy you. They know that this would destroy you if they told you all of the slimy details, the dirty little details, what they've done. They know that this would destroy you. And the thing is, guys, you actually do work it out in the end. You do realise that MPDs do cheat. It's part of that condition. It's all part and parcel. of it's a personality disorder. And this is what you have to let go of, guys. You can never cure somebody with a wiring of the brain that's from childhood, that's never developed. Their brain, their mind has never developed. And you can never heal somebody whose own parents have enabled their bad behaviour and brushed it under the carpet and actually awarded them for actually behaving in that way, because they're compensating for their own mistakes in how they brought that child up. I think when are the parents going to stop enabling a narcissist, knowing that what they're doing is abuse, and covering up for their sons and daughters? When they know that they've got some personality disorder, they know that they're mentally ill. So why cover it up? Why not just say to the partners, you know, you should be aware that he's actually got NPD. Well, he's been diagnosed for bipolar disorder, but can't be bothered to actually go and get diagnosed for a full kind of screening for NPD, sociopath disorder. But we know that there is something wrong, and we just need to warn you before you do get involved with. Why don't they say that? Because it's from one marriage to the other marriage to the next girlfriend to the next girlfriend, and then to the next girlfriend. They don't they want to deal with it? Maybe they don't want to deal with it. I don't know. Okay, so let's have a look at your comments here. I think the only way is to let go. I do. I don't feel if your soul and spirit is being crushed, how can you stay? There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go if they've destroyed your spirit here and worn you right down. There's nowhere to go but to leave. It's very much about self-love. Keep going back to these people is where you're saying to yourself, I don't love myself here enough. I do not love myself enough here to actually let go of this person. I am willing to allow this person to continue to jump up and down on my heart and break my spirit over and over again and wear me down constantly. What you're saying here, you love an abuser more than you love yourself. Thank you, Penny. Yeah, this is my healing backdrop. And I thought it was very beautiful, so I wanted to share it with you. Glad you like it, guys. Thank you. It's yeah, it's the spiritual. It's very spiritual backdrop. I wanted to really make this special to help people here who don't love themselves to let go. Empathic people who love an abuser more than they love themselves. What does that say? Does that actually help you to realize here to not keep going back to this person and finally move on? Think about that, guys. But you think about this person, it's like a loop. Oh, why does he abuse me so much? Why does he cheat on me so much? Why does this person do this to me? Why do they do it? Because they are mentally ill, guys. They're not a normal person would do this. And you love this personality disordered person who cannot love anybody, who cannot give to anybody, who has an empty shell. You love that person who is a non-person, who is like a robot. Then you actually love yourself. There's no confronting an MPD, not at all. I think the only way what you can do is just walk away and let them deal with their own karma. So let's have a look. Alexis, yes, and go to therapy too. Go to therapy. You need therapy after being with somebody like this. Alexis, I went to therapy. I found out it wasn't me. Years later, I told him I'd found a wonderful person. He was furious. Who is it? I said to me, okay, well, it's none of their business if you find a great person after this experience. Okay. Kiko, the personality loving a monster is a codependent personality. But if you are codependent, you do need to get some therapy for that, being a codependent. And actually look at it. You actually love a monster more than you love yourself. That to me is crazy. How can you love a monster more than you actually love yourself? Something that's not even worth loving. It doesn't deserve your love. So manipulate. Yeah, it is. Well, this session here was a special session. I felt that some of us needed this. To actually not to just wake up, to kind of realize that you have to let this person go spiritually, to allow them to reach their own rock bottom. That is the only way. I don't even feel that MPDs can learn anyway. I don't feel they learn. They will reach rock bottom. They will possibly get the mental health care that they need once they reach rock bottom and get diagnosed properly. But they'll never be able to change. They'll possibly, once they get back on their feet after rock bottom, unless they are capable of change, they will just look for another unsuspecting empath and do the whole thing again. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, guys. It's a cycle. It never stops. After you, it'll be somebody else. They'll probably go for an easier target next time, not somebody with a PhD or a master's, or somebody who's quite clever that can, work out their mental illness. They will go for somebody who, they may go for a psychiatrist and think to themselves, okay, this person can help me. But it won't be to help them. It will be to feed their narcissistic supply, that empty shell. So the cycle continues after you. But the only way they can realize if there is some element of actually healing them is to leave them so they reach rock bottom. And that's when they may sort out some kind of therapy where they may actually try to monitor their behavior but not with you guys, not with you, because when you let these types of people come back, you're just enabling that behavior. You're saying it's okay to cheat. Oh, it's okay for you to manhandle me and swing me around the lounge and all that kind of thing. That I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fine with you trashing every meal that I make. I'm fine with you trashing the home every weekend. I'm fine with you cheating on me and with trashier prostitutes and all that. I'm fine with that. So that's kind of enabling this behavior if you take them back. And it's a sad situation because, you know, you cannot fix. This is where you realize you cannot fix somebody with a personality disorder. They could come back and say, oh, I've got therapy, I'm doing therapy, I'm doing good. I've realised that I do have an issue. I know I'm difficult to live with. They can come back with all that idiotic as if they mean it, but they don't mean it. They don't mean it, guys. They don't. So letting go, okay, letting go and loving yourself first rather than loving a monster before yourself. And I hope that sinks in. And I hope that's healing for you guys, okay? So let's have a look at some of your comments here. Thank you for all this community is amazing, guys. And, you know, it's all to help each other. What's this, Debbie? Hi, Debbie. Some people don't love themselves or think they deserve better. It could be years of abuse you have put up with. So you will need therapy. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, years of abuse, the longer you stay, the more therapy you're going to need. Okay, if you stay like 3 years, you're going to need, say, maybe 3 years therapy. If you stay with somebody for 20, 30 years like that, you're going to need about, for the rest of your life, to have be in therapy. Penny Lane, I thought you stupid man after all the years. I am going nowhere and I am happy with the children. Even before we had children, but he ain't going no place and I love his home, this home. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I don't know what your point is there, Penny. So I get that you want to stay in the home, you're not going to go. Okay. Vandy, my 3-year-old grandson adores him, but he's really getting narcissistic supply by the admiration. Oh gosh. That's okay, Vandy. You do care for him, and it takes a lot to get over the heartbreak. It absolutely does. It does. It does. It's heartbreaking to realise. Well, it's abuse. It's narcissistic abuse, and they've enjoyed doing that to you. That's what's even worse. At first, they act apologetic, but soon go back to blaming you. Absolutely. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Don't you get sick of hearing that? Okay, I am staying put. I did. He's 6 foot under, and I am still kicking it. He isn't it? Okay, Penny. Wow. Yes, Susan Marie. Yes, cycle of abuse. I had the same. And it takes time to see the signs and the red flag. It does. It does. The time frame from when you meet them and the love bombing and actually seeing the red flags, I would say it takes, I'd give it, depends if they get you locked down. You know, if they get you to be one of their prisoners sooner, it takes as soon as they can. Um, if you know, it usually takes about I would say 6 months to a year, and they lock you down pretty quickly. They get you to marry them, they get you to live with them like within weeks, and they get you to live with them. They get you locked down, and then that's when the red flags start. They start to withhold affection, withhold intimacy, starting to make you feel bad about yourself, ugly. Then they start to abuse, like verbally. Oh, why would I want to touch you? You're ugly. And then when you do get to find out who they've cheated on you with, it's an absolute shock, because it's either a prostitute or a somebody who is much less than you. And they do that deliberately to make you feel even more, what, you know, it's like it confuses you, but that's what they do. They confuse you. It's like, how come you chose that prostitute over a wholesome person with a degree and intelligence? Why did you choose somebody like that over me? And it's totally, utterly shocking, but they do it deliberately. They're saying that person deserves my love and my affection, and you don't. They do it to bring you down, guys. It's totally sick. It's totally sick. It's mentally ill, guys. They're sick. They're sick individuals. They're sick individuals. I think you find out, even if it's your own intuition, you find out in the end of what they're capable of and what they've probably done. And all these like tongue-in-cheeks, like, oh, I cheated on you with a call girl last, you know, it's like, oh no, that was a joke. That was a joke. No, that was a joke. I was joking. Do you remember all those times of all those jokes, those silly jokes? I didn't mean that. Oh, you're so sensitive. All those jokes weren't jokes, guys. They were actually telling you the truth. They were telling you the truth. All narcissists cheat. They all cheat, guys. They all cheat. They need it. They need their narcissistic supply like it's oxygen, like it's the air that they breathe. They have to have their narcissistic supply. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Okay. And I'm just going to say thank you, everyone, for being here. And I wanted to do this little special for you guys that need it. Okay. They do. They tell all their friends and family they screwed a prostitute while you were sat at home, and they do it to brag about it, to put you down even further. They do, okay? And they've not putting us down, guys. They have not put us down. And, you know, they have not put us down. We just know how sick they are and how broken. They're broken inside. Their minds, their heads are broken. And you have to, all I can say, guys, why love somebody more than yourself when you know that they are a monster? Why would you do that? Why would you love someone more than yourself when you know that they are abusive, because they don't put your needs anywhere near the top of the list? They don't even listen to you. Why would you put your own love for yourself above somebody who's not capable of loving you back? Why would you do that? And that's why I say here, let them go, let them get their own karma. That is the only way they're going to look in the mirror and think, well, I maybe need to get therapy, and that's the only way you're going to get to even them to help themselves, if they ever do, because they'll just be looking for an easier target next time. Okay, so I'm sending you guys lots of love, lots of blessings, and this is a healing message for many of us that need this, that don't kind of admit it. Here. Can these phoenixes rise from the ashes? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So thank you guys, and take care of yourselves. Okay. Make sure that you love yourselves. Make sure that you realize how amazing and special you are, that you want to go out there and help some kind of monster out of the gutter. You know, that's how special you are, that you care, that you care. But look after your hearts, look after your souls, and look after yourselves, and love yourselves for a change, okay? And I'm going to say good night, everyone, and bye for now. Bye-bye, everyone, and lots of love. Get this. Okay, good night, everyone.